Carrie, thank you for joining us at the 15th Annual Silicon Valley Boomer Venture Summit. Your panel was our provocative hot topic panel yesterday. Can you tell us a little bit about what Octavia Wellness is and what you do?
Sure. Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here. My first time to be at the Boomer Summit, and so it's very exciting for us to be able to share what we're doing. So Octavia Wellness is the first in-home direct cannabis company, and we focus on the senior market.
That's really interesting to me that you chose to go into it in the senior market. Can you talk about why you made that decision?
Well, absolutely. It sort of happened to me, and I realized what a void was existing when my mom actually in 2015 was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and she was in a nursing home, and how she had actually started her journey of decline was because she was taking so many Advil on a daily basis that she got a bleeding ulcer, went into the hospital, had an endoscopy. You know, one thing leads to the next, and we hear that all of the time. But she was then staying in a nursing facility, and she couldn't sleep at night, and so they had to strap her down to her bed. And it was one of the caregivers at the nursing home who whispered to me and said, a lot of the dementia and Alzheimer's patients use pot drops to help them sleep. And remember, this is 3 years ago. And so I said, well, what are pot drops and why are we whispering? And it was a remarkable experience because I realized that I had not understood or believed, I think, that there was validity in the medical marijuana abilities to heal. And I thought that it was kind of a facade. And that experience changed our lives because of the experience of then trying to figure out what to take and how to take it and how to get it and how to get her it. Mm-hmm. And that was a very eye-opening experience. But the results were that she felt better almost immediately. Within 20 minutes, I have it on video. And as a result, so many of our friends and family started saying, why is Gail so much better? And I was working in the tech industry at the time, and all of a sudden I had this viral explosion with people wanting to know what she was taking, and then I would tell them, and then they were having this viral community that all of a sudden was forming. So we knew we were kind of onto something.
Yeah,
but
so it found you. It found you.
That's right.
So you're a 3-year-old company now?
We are a 3-year-old startup now.
That's fantastic. And tell me a little bit about your product line.
Sure. Well, it's octaviawellness.com, and so we have an online store. So that's a very easy shopping experience because we have a lot of education on our site and product information about the different products that we actually select specifically for the senior market, and then we tailor them because, as I mentioned earlier, we have wellness consultants. Then if somebody needs more help than just going onto our site, then they can enlist the help of a wellness consultant who can help them and advise them and talk to them about what they recommend for their ailments.
That's great. Have you gotten involved yet with sort of the hospice, end-of-life, palliative care organizations? Because that's where I see a lot of pain management happening, and maybe if we could get all the pharmaceuticals out of the way and use some of these more natural remedies, it might be a better end-of-life experience.
You're absolutely right. And so unofficially, we've had a lot of adult children that have called us and said, my mother is now in hospice and we want her to be awake during her passing. And so numerous times we've supported that. But from an official level, hospice, you would think that would be a great starting point, but because it's a great ending point to be able to have somebody awake and not on heavy narcotics and the things that normally can prevent that passing. But unfortunately, it still is more challenging than we would like. But everybody having this discussion and kind of the awareness that is happening about alternatives is the discussion that we're so happy about. And what we've realized that 4 out of 5 seniors suffer from the same conditions, which are insomnia, chronic pain, memory impairment, and mood and anxiety issues. And there's such efficacy now that those can be helped and make somebody more comfortable with cannabis therapy. So we're really enthusiastic about how this new legalization has opened the conversation a lot more. It's not the stigma that there has been previously. So we're looking
But still heavily regulated. It's not like you picked an easy path.
No. And I said that yesterday on the panel. I said, listen, if this was because I wanted to make an easy buck, there's a lot easier ways than doing this. But the passion that I feel because of my mom's journey, and we actually sold our 1883 Victorian house on Octavia Street to bootstrap the company. So I'm definitely all in at this point. Yeah. But you're right. It's a very now regulated industry, and a lot of Californians don't know that. And in order to be successful now and be still open and thriving, usually means that startup is on a good path, because it's been a hard process to get here.
That's right. Thank you, Carrie, for joining us and being our hot topic for
thank
this
you.
year,
It's
and
a
we
pleasure.
appreciate it.
We're really happy to be here, and thank you for everything that you've done.